All right. Guys, we are live. We are live right now. Live and in effect with Zach Baby TV. Welcome to the jungle. How is everybody doing this morning?
You are all invited
Whoa,
to
what is
experience
this?
the best jewelry on town.
Can you believe that? It was popping up everywhere and stuff. How is everybody doing this morning?
You are all invited
Whoa,
to
what is
experience
this? Oh, man. Okay, so. All right, let's go. Alrighty then, guys. What is going on? How's everybody doing? Okay, manage moderators. Bada bing, bada bing. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Okay, so I am just getting everything going on my end, guys. Don't mind me. So how's everybody doing? I know it's early Sunday. It is Sunday the 14th, I believe. And it's yeah, just woke up and I'm about to start my day, but I figured I wanted to go live with you guys and to see how everybody is doing. I do have Q&A, so if you guys have any questions, you guys feel free to ask them, and I'll answer them. Just so you know a little bit more about Zach Baby TV, whether it's from narrations to scary story stuff like that, to Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, 90s nostalgia, how I got involved with it. I mean, anything really. Also, I wanted to give shout outs. Special shout out to Tom. He sent me a picture. Now, remember, guys, when I posted all my merchandise online, I said, anybody that buys my merchandise and sends me a picture, take a picture of it, you wearing the merchandise or holding it, whatever you pick, and send it to me in a direct message through Instagram or Facebook or email, because my email is also available as well. And I'll give you a shout out. So, shout out to Tom. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Junior. And shout out to Joshua. So, those are everybody that sent me pictures, guys. Now, there's others, but they haven't sent me any pictures. So, there's nothing I can do about it. So, until you send me a picture, I can't give you a shout out because I don't know that you did it. So, yeah. That is it so far, guys. Ah, man. There's not a lot of people online right now. It's pretty early. Maybe I should have waited a little later. I don't know, man. What's up? This is my first time live streaming. I mean, I've went live before, but this is live streaming. It's a little different, I guess. The setup and the layout is different. Can somebody text a message here? It's just to see, in the live chat. I see there's a few people in here. I just want to make sure that I have the settings correctly, that it's working. I'll send one too. Oh, and I misspelled it. How's that? That's horrible. Okay, so here, pop-out chart, send feedback, manage moderators. Moderators, huh? Has those already chosen for me or something? Let's see what this says. Comments and live chat messages from these users won't show up. No. Got it. Okay. Oh, that's the blocked list. Okay, there's that. Okay. Then moderators, I don't have any because it's just me. Okay. So that's what manage moderators means. Participants. So far, it's just me. Okay. I'm just going through the checklist here, guys. This is my first time doing this. Pop-out chart. What does that do? Restore chat. Okay. Yeah, I don't know it. So top chat, some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Live chat, all messages are visible. Okay. So I click on that. Timestamps, send feedback. Okay, so I don't have to worry about any of that. Oh. Let's see what's going on here. Got a message, guys. Hold on. I'm getting people messaging me as well. And then I just got some emails with people submitting their stories to me. So, yeah, those are the shout outs, guys. Let me go ahead here. I found a little story I wanted to read off to you guys. It's pretty short here, but yeah, I figured we would just dig right in. It's called Girlfriend Being Dragged Off the Bed. Right. So me and my girlfriend went to sleep about 11 p.m. Just picked her up from a party where we both were awake since 6 a.m. So I go to sleep like usually do, on my stomach, and she is behind me facing the other direction. The event happened at about 1:10 a.m. I heard my girlfriend screaming, and I mean screaming, like she was being murdered. As I turned, I could feel her getting dragged off the bed. Her bed is on the floor, so I panicked to see if she's okay. But that's when I saw a black figure about 6 foot tall. At first, I thought it was a robber or something, but as I rushed to help her, the figure disappeared. I grabbed her by the hand and we got out of the room. I asked her what the hell just happened, and she said she doesn't know. She doesn't know what's going on. She just woke up. I looked at her knees. and they had scrapes. Note that I screamed like a little bitch through the whole thing. Can somebody explain to me what the hell that was? It can't be sleep paralysis since I was able to move and scream. That was just a creepy little tale here that I read online. And obviously, you got an angry spirit in your house, dude. That's all I gotta say. You got an angry spirit in your house. So, yeah, I was having an issue trying to figure out how to live stream without using the camera, but just having the audio, as sometimes I don't want to. Um, but basically, YouTube has a new version layout, and you have to click on the old version in order to see the live streaming option, which is sucky because on the new version, you could go live, but you can't live stream because live streaming, you don't have to, you get links somewhere else and stuff, and you're not actually using your camera unless it gives you the option not to use your camera. When you go live on YouTube, you have to use your camera. So there's no option to turn it off. So I figured this out, so that's good. It's one thing off my checklist. So that way I could chat with you guys, read some stories for you guys, do some Q&As with you, kind of just go from there with everything. Yeah. Well, today is actually my break day. Sometimes I do record a story Sunday evening, but primarily Sundays are the days where I simply just run some errands and take care of some stuff and kind of relax. I try to do stories as much as possible. I don't have a set time, and I know I've read that actually having set times of dates and days, like every Tuesday or every Tuesday and Thursday, um, is actually pretty useful, but I kind of take it when I can as far as timing because my wife and I share the computer and she has a lot of schooling for her master's degree. So um, I can't really guarantee a certain day every week. I mean, like this past week, I had a lot of access. So I recorded a lot of stories. So, and then weeks prior to that, I didn't, and I had less stuff I was able to do. So it's kind of just a luck of the draw with timing as of now. Once she finishes school, of course, then of course things will change, and I'll be able to just say uh, like spooky Tuesdays and spooky Thursdays or something like that, where I'll be uploading the creepypasta scary stories. Aside from Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark merchandise, stuff like that, I could set that aside too. Set days for that. I could do unboxings or just descriptions on particular items requested. There's a lot of different things I could do. So, yeah. I do have one item uh, that I have received regarding my collection stuff for Goosebumps. I was just kind of seeing if I was going to wait until something else pops up, so I have more than one item to actually share with you guys online. So I've kind of been holding off on that video. Yeah, I think they're going to make a part three, but I just don't think that it's going to be that good because the first two were not that good. The first movie, the people were too old, too much comedy, and they didn't have really any roles with the main important preferred characters from the books. The second one didn't really have any characters from the books; it was all a bunch of decorations, but they had younger children and better actors. So it was like good and the bad with both. They would have had the actors from the second movie and the first movie, it would have been better. Um, but it is what it is. Okay, here. Not spelling things correctly this morning. Oh, I'm just reading something really quick here, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I keep getting messages. Um, where were we? Okay, we were talking about the movies. The I have a collaboration video that I'm doing with Mr. Ramsey. He is a storyteller from Scotland. Um, so we're going to collab on a video together. I actually recorded my video, well, my narration story, last night. I had a lot of free time last night, so I did that, and it was a longer story than I expected it to be. So my story is going to be around 17 minutes or so. That's after all the editing. So I'm just waiting on his, and we're going to put the video together. So there will be a collaboration video on his channel with me, and vice versa with him on my channel. So that should be coming up here within the next few days. So definitely look out for that. Definitely looking forward to doing more collaborations with people. It's all about networking. I want to network with everybody, just to spread my channel around and get my name out there, around the world. Some people respond, some people don't. Some people say, "I'm not doing anything right now. Maybe later." It is what it is. It's just, you take it with a grain of salt. You just keep pushing. And if they say they don't respond, they don't respond. They say no, they say no. Fuck it. Just who gives a fuck? Fuck them. Just keep doing you. I mean, that's all you could do. That's all you could do is just keep doing you. And if they come around and they want to link up, awesome. But you don't beg anybody. You just keep going. You just keep pushing. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep going. People come and go with the narration stuff, so you never know who's going to be really sticking around and who's not. I'm doing great. MDVD or Ghostbuster World. I am doing great. It's early. I don't know what time it is for you in your neck of the world, but over here it's 9:54, so it's not as early as I thought it was. Slept in a little bit. I did some shout outs earlier to a few of the people that sent me pictures, who bought my merchandise online, and now I'm just doing some Q&As. You could ask about scary story stuff or certain monsters, creatures. You could ask stuff about me. You could ask stuff about my collections, whether it's X-Files, Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, whatever. So I'm assuming you're a Ghostbuster World fan. You like Ghostbusters, don't you? Yeah, you gotta like the classics. I used to watch the Ghostbusters cartoon on TV back in the day. That was a really cool cartoon too. I don't know if it was on Fox Kids. It might have been on a different channel. I don't think it was on Fox Kids. Might have been on WB or CBS or TBS or whatever. But they definitely had a Ghostbusters cartoon series, and it was cool. I liked it. Yep, hold on. See, I'm getting more messages. Okay, let's see here. Uh, okay. Give me one. Okay, okay. I see more people posting here. Give me 1 second here. No. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had another email come through. 5:57 p.m. in the UK right now. Oh, okay. So we definitely have a time difference. So it's almost 6 p.m. So it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning Sunday here. So it's Sunday, 10 a.m. Is it Sunday over there or is it Monday? When was the last time you watched the whole series of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Ooh, I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. I actually did it a couple times. You know what's funny is I still there were so many episodes. I still come across episodes I don't really remember too much, and I've watched the whole series twice. I think want to say like 4 months ago when I had to rebuy um, the DVDs, the ones I wanted to use to watch, not for my collection, of course. But yeah, I went all the way through, and it took a while. Like I just had days where as soon as I got home, just whole night, just Are You Afraid of the Dark? I started from season 1 all the way to season 7. It was great. Yeah, about a few months ago. I love Ghostbusters, X-Files, Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? My name on YouTube used to be My DVD Reviews. Oh, gotcha. You're the guy that did the live interview with Ross Hall from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Gary, aka Gary. That's right. Now I remember you. Okay, I thought the DVD thing was it was clicking in my head, just wasn't clicking all the way. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, he wrote me once on Instagram, because I said, hey, we should get together and do a video. He's like, yeah, yeah, sure. Never heard from him again. I have a webcam too, on my laptop, and also have a portable webcam for my desktop, which doesn't reach because my tower is on the ground, and my webcam, the cord's not long enough to reach on the screen compared to where you have to plug it in with the USB. So, I would have to figure out how that even works too. See, I've never done that either, so that's a new thing for me too, like how to record both screens like that, so. But yeah, he follows me on Instagram, and yeah, I'll comment his stuff, and he'll like it and stuff like that. But I don't think he's ever. I think he's liked like 1 or 2 of my things on Instagram, but not a lot of action with him. Ghostface reviews. Oh, it's Sunday evening. Okay, so we're on the same day as England. You're just like 7 hours ahead of us. Okay, Ghostface reviews. Hey man, I got all the Tots Goosebumps masks in one go last week. My local horror website still has them all in stock, luckily, but I'm very low numbers, so stoked about them. That's cool. You know, get what you can get. I had one mask that was signed and I sold it because I needed the cash. And the signature was fading on it very rapidly for some reason, which I don't know why because my collection's not always in the sun, but the signature was wearing off. So I was like, well, I might as well sell it while the signature's halfway decent if I can't control it from disappearing. What's funny though is the signatures that are on the Are You Afraid of the Dark merchandise have not faded. Like DJ's stuff is still prime. But I also got a UV protective case for that hat. And then I also got VHS clear cases for the VHSs that are signed. So I got total protection for that stuff. Jose, when I said, when are you going to end the live stream, you immediately ended the stream. That is true. That was yesterday. That was funny, wasn't it? That is true. I did that last night because I was trying to figure out how to do this without actually using my camera. Now that I've figured it out, we're good to go. I'd love to get them signed by R.L. Stine someday if possible, but also from the UK, so it may be difficult. Yes, because R.L. Stine is in New York and he travels around the U.S., I don't think I've seen anything of him traveling outside of the U.S. recently at all. I've never met him myself, and I'm in the United States, so good luck. I've never met him. I would like to have him sign some stuff too, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. I do have something else that he signed. It was the sticker album. It looks like a comic book, but it's a sticker album. I have that like sealed and it's signed by him. And I have the certificate of authorization and everything for it too. But that's it, other than the mask. But I still have something else from him signed. And even so, I wouldn't even know what I would want him to sign anyways. I have so much. But you know, sometimes if it's in such good condition, you don't want it to be signed because you want to keep it prime, you know? I wouldn't know what I'd have him sign. That would take a while to figure that out. Because, I mean, he could sign anything, you know? Probably a book, you know? Probably a couple of the books. Probably not the merchandise. Because I don't think he had his hands involved with the merchandise too much. I think he was primarily just a writer. And everybody else had their hands on the marketing and advertisements and stuff, so. That answers that question, buddy boy. So, Q&As, questions and answers, or do you guys want me to read you another short, creepy tale? You guys could ask a question, or I could look up another tale to read you. Okay, my DVD, Ghostbuster World. My favorite episode, Are You Afraid of the Dark, is Tale of the Nightly Neighbors, Midnight Madness, Night Shift, and the 3-part of Silver Sight. Good choices. Some of those are also my favorite. People would hate on season 6 and 7. And for the most part, yeah, they weren't as great, but you know what? There were some really good episodes for season 6 and 7. You know, aside from having a new cast of people around the campfire, there were some good stories. Um, Silver Sight was great. It had Ross in it. It was cool. I liked it. Um, yeah. Nightly Neighbors was good. I don't know if it's in my top 10. Maybe. Midnight Madness is cool. Night Shift. Yeah, that was cool. Oh yeah, the Night Shift was cool. Let's see, Midnight Madness and the 3-part Silver Sight. Yeah. Dead Man's Float was one of mine, I'm sure. That was just cool. Uh, Laughing in the Dark, of course, was one. Dark Music was one of mine. I also love Train Magic, and DJ McHale also mentioned that before, that he really thought like that was actually like a spectacular story that a lot of people don't really give it enough credit for. Train Magic was so good. I loved it. The Shiny Red Bicycle. I mean, there was a lot of them, guys. There was a lot of stuff I liked. Uh, Cutter's Treasure. I mean, that was a really cool 2 series little video, for the book and everything. That was really cool. There's just so much, honestly. Let's see. Jose, would you want Attack of the Mutant in the Goosebumps movie? Yes, actually, that is one of the main reasons why I'm dissatisfied with the movies, is because he's not in it. Um, they say the Haunted Mask was in the first one, but A, I didn't see her. B, it wasn't the original mask. It was some new version, and I don't like the new version at all. So it's unfortunate. Um, they have the original mask. It's in Toronto, on a shelf with the rest of the stuff they used for the show. Oh, you hear that? That's eBay. Let's see if there's any goodies coming on here. Nope, it's just notifying me of stuff. Never mind. Let's see. Ghostface reviews. We could all dream. It is the 1996 Merlin Collector sticker book. I have the same one. I'd love to get him to sign my copy of the Came from Ohio. Yep. Came from Ohio. That would be a good choice, too. Because, that's kind of talking about him. So that would be a interesting. It would be an interesting thing to get signed. But hey, if he comes to the UK, you just got to make it happen. He's getting up there in age. I don't know how much longer he's going to be writing books. He's not a young lad anymore. I'm trying to keep up with your stuff here, guys. Give me a second. Let me see here. Let's see here. The Are You Afraid of the Dark movie was the director David something, the guy who directed the new It movie. He was supposed to be writing it or putting it together for the Are You Afraid of the Dark movie, and then Paramount Pictures wrote a post that they're postponing the movie now. They haven't told us why. It was supposed to come out in October this year, and they postponed the date, which means basically they're not going to do it now. So I'm really upset about that. I really wanted to see them make a theatrical movie, but I also wanted the original cast involved with it. So if they're postponing the date because they're still in negotiations with DJ McHale and Ross Hall and everybody else, Betty Ann, Frank Tucker, all them, they need to get the original people involved with the movie because it's not going to have the same nostalgia feeling without having them around the campfire. Having a bunch of new people, it's like what they did with Fast and the Furious. They started getting rid of people and stuff, and it was just like, no. It's like, without Paul Walker, there is no Fast and the Furious. Sorry. Stop making the movies. Tokyo Drift could have been the best one if they would have used the original characters, but no, they used some cowboy. Ruined it for me. I stick with the original when it comes to the Fast and the Furious. Part 1 was the best. Saw it in theaters. It was great. Had a backpack with a small ice chest with sodas in it with a bag of chips. They didn't care if you brought bags in back then. Now they search everything. What else? Let's see. Also, where the heck is Phantom of the Auditorium? You mean the actual school or the book? What do you mean, Jose? I don't know where the school is. I'm sure it's somewhere in Toronto. But I've been doing some research on online and actually found some of the locations where they filmed some of the episodes for Goosebumps. Like I found out where they filmed Welcome to Camp Nightmare. It's at a real camp. It's like a Christian Native American camp somewhere up in Toronto area. I got kind of the area where they filmed Attack of the Mutant, where the headquarters building was. Somewhere near the islands, facing towards the CN Tower, somewhere underneath the freeway, somewhere in that area. Someone messaged me some information on it, but they weren't sure. Somewhere down in the slums. Let's see. I found out where the Haunted Mask building was, where the party store was, where she got the mask. I found out where that was in Canada, near Toronto. So there's like I want to plan a trip out to Canada in a few years and sightsee all these locations and take pictures. Let's see. I've been thinking that myself. Maybe I should travel to the U.S. to meet him if he does any conventions or anything like that. Unlikely, but that's insane. Problem is, you don't know where he is and when he's doing a convention. So unless you have his schedule, I would not do that. Because you could fly out to New York. He lives in New York, but New York is big. And getting in touch with him would be like mission impossible. You can't just knock on his door. So unless you know his schedule, where he's going to be for a book signing or something, I wouldn't do it. Like when they are adults and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, have them come around the campfire. Have it like a little reunion. Just be like, hey, guys, it's been 25 years. I figured we'd all get together one last time. You know, um, have a reunion. I mean, people have family reunions. Why can't they, as a club, Midnight Society members, as a club, get together and do a reunion and then have them tell stories and make that a movie? That's it. Simple. I'd be happy. Where is he in the movies? What, R.L. Stine? Where is he in the movies? What do you mean? In part 1, he's the janitor at the very end. Part 2, I don't remember. Q&A, guys. Questions and answers. Or narrations. Actually, I'm going to do that. While you guys type in your questions, I'm going to go ahead and look for another creepy little tale to tell you. Ooh, here's one for you guys. Hitchhiking in rural Australia. This happened about 20 years ago with my mom. When my mom was traveling and hitchhiking around Australia, she had many experiences, and this is just one. Her and her university friend, let's call him Jake, were on their way to a scuba diving at the beach called Early Beach. Airlie Beach? I don't know. I'm not Australian. It was in the middle of the night, and they wanted to get there by early morning, but they were hours away, so they decided to try to take a hitchhike. Hitchhiking was really common in that area, so it wasn't unusual. A man with a deep Australian accent picked them up in an old pickup truck. My mom sat down in the front seat with her huge backpack, and Jake sat in the bed of the truck. The driver seemed friendly and wanted to talk to them, but after the first hour he slowly began to stop speaking. About 1 hour into the ride, they came to a desolate intersection that led to Airy Beach. The intersection was surrounded by about 8 feet of corn, sweet corn, as far as they could see, and it was pitch black with no other cars. The man stopped the car in the middle of the road and turned off the engine. Silent. He said in a completely casual tone, "I'm not taking you to the beach." My mom replied with, "Sorry? What's that?" My mom never forgot what he said next. As he stared into the dark, he said, "You are coming back to my place. I pissed on my mattress and I need you to help me move it." My mom's heart dropped. She began to lift her bag off her lap and slowly began to reach for the door. Jake saw what she was doing and began to do the same. My mom counted to three and rolled out of the stationary car. Jake did the same. The driver began to get out of the car to get them, but by the massive miracle cliche, the old man was. Let me see. The old man was in the old truck. He turned the corner of the intersection. By the massive miracle cliche, an old man in an old truck turned the corner to the intersection. Oh, somebody else showed up. Okay, gotcha. The driver got back in his car as my mom and Jake got into the other man's truck. The old man took them to the Airlie Beach. Now, that was a weak story. It was really short, but oh well. Um, it is what it is. Let's see here. Let's see. Adults. Jose. Where is he in the movies? In the movies, he's the janitor at the very end of part one. In part two, I'm not terribly sure. The Phantom. I don't know. What about the Phantom? Not the best book, in my opinion. So, that is that. Let me look for another tale. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking right now. I am looking for the next one. Let's see. I don't want anything too long. Okay. Just looking for another tale here to tell you guys. Give me a second. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the live chat box, and I'll definitely respond to you. Hello, Max and Tube Gaming. Welcome. Welcome to Zach Baby TV. I am doing great. How about yourself? It's 10:21 a.m. Pacific time. Not sure what it is in your neck of the woods. If it's dark and spooky or if it's early. Nope. Nope. Let's see here. All right, here. I got one here to share. Creepy motel experiences. I just spent 2 nights in a motel in San Diego and experienced some weird things. I can't recall ever having experienced anything like this before in my life, and I'm genuinely creeped out. I've always been interested in the idea of the paranormal while remaining skeptical. I am curious as to what others think about this because I'm intrigued and creeped out by this. The first night I was a The first night I was abruptly woken up in the middle of the night by a screaming woman outside of the walkway. She was screaming profane things in the alley, eerie, high-pitched voice. Her anger was intense. It was giving me chills. Her voice was incredibly shrill as she was screaming nonstop, at the top of her lungs, like, "I'm gonna freaking kill you!" Repeatedly while screaming other various indistinct things at the same horrifying pitch. Her intentions were seemingly malevolent. I chalked this up as a woman who was tripping hard on drugs, and just tried to listen to her voice started to faintly display into the distance. By this time, I had tried to wake my boyfriend up, asking if he was hearing any of this, but it was so intrusively loud, how could he be sleeping through this? He sort of mumbled something like, "Yeah, what's that?" I told him to listen to this lady go berserk. I listened until I couldn't hear her voice anymore and drifted back to sleep. The next day, I remembered the creepy lady and just thought of her voice gave me chills. When I asked my boyfriend about what he heard, he said he barely remembered anything, and that he thought he may have heard something but never really compared it to what I had described to him. He usually is a really light sleeper, and I'm surprised at how he managed to sleep through all that. He continued on with our day while his thoughts of the screechy lady stayed at the back of my mind, giving me the creeps. Later on the second night, I fell asleep very loudly. I fell asleep very soundly. I woke up abruptly and shifted around to get comfortable. This is when I saw a woman standing on the edge of my bed by my boyfriend's side. I immediately covered my head with the sheets, thinking that it was an actual freaking ghost. My heart was racing. I was scared out of my mind. I then started squeezing my boyfriend's side, asking him to wake up. I am frozen in fear while I tell him I just saw something. After my panicking wakes him up, I tell him that I just saw a woman and asked him to look. He looks and sees nothing. At this point, I'm thinking, wow, I'm imagining things. This isn't real. And I try to chalk it up as some kind of hallucination with a logical explanation. But deep down, I think maybe I saw a ghost. Why did I just see that clearly as a woman? I could not see her distinct features because I wasn't wearing my glasses. But I remember seeing a woman wearing what looked like an old-fashioned white apron. I had a very hard time falling back to sleep because I was so scared, but eventually drifted back to sleep. Throughout the remainder of the night, I had some weird vivid dreams while constantly waking up to what sounded like dog fights. These sounds were strange and hard to explain, like distant sounds while they were close by. Auditory hallucinations now? I thought maybe the building of some old pipes was keeping the noise, and my imagination was translating the dogfighting sounds. It was this morning I woke up early in the motel, ready to check out on our last day. I'm still processing this whole thing. I don't ever want to see this woman again. When we got up, he said, "Remember last night you said you saw something?" Kind of making the light of the situation. I know I can't make him believe what I saw. I want to think maybe I spent the night in a haunted motel. Maybe I woke up abruptly from being dead asleep and I hallucinated. Either way, I have never hallucinated before. I'm afraid I saw a ghost. Now that wasn't a bad little creepy tale, guys. The writing could have been a little bit better, but it was okay. Thank you, Maxon. Appreciate it. And welcome to the 90s nostalgia creepiness of Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, X-Files, and narrations of scary creepypasta tales. A little bit of everything that's awesome. Abraham, yes, I do think there will be a part 3. Question and answers, guys. Ask me the questions. Anything you want, as long as it is appropriate. What else is going on, guys? Any more questions? Want another story? Really, I just wanted to get on here and give those shout outs to the people that sent me pictures of their purchases of my merchandise. Again, shout out to Tom, Sarah, Junior, Marcus, and Joshua. I have pictures from all of them. I don't have pictures from the others. So if you go on the description link in my videos to my online store and purchase one of the merchandise, whether it's a cup or a t-shirt or a sweater or leggings or whatever it may be, there's a lot of different options there. Wear it, hold it, whatever, take a picture, email it to me, send it to me in a private message on Instagram or on Facebook, and I'll give you a shout out online, and I'll also give you a shout out on Instagram and Facebook. As long as you send me the picture and I got your name, we're good. Spreading the love. Spreading the love. Well, guys, I think this is going to wrap up the live stream. I see that the questions have slowed down, and I need to get going on some things I have planned for today. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, asking questions, giving me their opinions based on some movies or some of the stuff that's going on. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the next live stream. Take care, guys.